Hey gang, welcome back to another stream. Tonight we're starting it's a newish game. We're going to be playing through the Supergiant Games. Now, if you're not familiar with that company, well, you know, they're the one that made the game Hades. So we're going to be starting with Bastion. This one came out, they released it in 2011. It's a few years old. Still a good game though. Excellent music. Good gameplay. It's got the nice, beautiful hand-painted artwork in it. It has a really good musical score. This game, just a little bit of it, well, a month or so ago, because one of the other games we were playing, we finished that probably about half an hour to 45 minutes after the stream started. So then we started Bastion just to fill the rest of the time. So I think what we'll do this time is we'll just start from scratch. Since it's been a while anyway. Yes.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
So I mean, this isn't a very long game from what I remember. I have played through it, but it's been it's been a while. I think I played through it maybe probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It could be longer than that now. But to be fair, I do remember a lot about the game, because it's just one of those games that you really, it just kind of sticks with you. The gameplay, the visuals, the music, all that. Like I said, we're going to be playing through the Supergiant catalog. Off the top of my head, see Bastion, Transistor, maybe, see, I think it's called Pyre. And eventually we will get to Hades.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Oh, yeah. If this is your first time, you will notice that the narrator, he does comment on things a lot.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant, in the Calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
Anyway, with this game is usually, it's so old. Well, not so
Kid
old.
just rages for a while.
2011, like I said, but you usually get it pretty cheap. And it's definitely worth it.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The Calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Yeah, so basically there was just this place is called Celandia, and there was a Calamity. It's just a big catastrophe. You see that a lot of people were turned to stone like this. Except for our guy.
The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas, fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call.
As you can see, gameplay is pretty simple.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Kid sees the way to the bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
eventually you do get to craft things like elixirs, and you get to upgrade your weapons. You have to build the facilities first.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Right back at you. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner. And then he falls to his death.
You can't fall off the
I'm
edge.
just fooling.
Regiment. That's what usually gets us when it comes to our first death. Ledges.
He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
We got squirt cider, plus 10 max health. Fermented squirt extract with a nose of stale bread and ocean water. Very nutritious. Dread rum, plus 10% critical hit chance. Active only when at full health. Pungent concoction that calms senses and stays nerves. Favored by the breakers and other fighting forces. Fetching fizz. Absorb stray fragments. It basically just lets you those little crystal-like things that you occasionally find. It just brings those to you. See, start as a ballroom prank, but evolved to become popular with miners and scrap workers. Metallic aftertaste. Always need the max health. See, that's just how it goes. You know, at each level you unlock a new one. You can choose what to put there. You're not locked in, you can always change it if you want to.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Okay, do we want Breaker's Bow? Attack power increases as bowstring is drawn. See, unlike the repeater, you can actually move while aiming the bow. So yeah, that's a good thing. With these durable lightweight bows, Caledonian Breaker divisions, city, another city. Repeater, see, cannot move while firing. Reloads automatically. Stick with that, I think. We'll keep the hammer. Right now we only have whirlwind. Right? No, guess not. A secret breaker technique that causes an arrow to bounce from target to target. The whirlwind. At least for now.
some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. Bad time to run out of black tonic.
And the way it works, the whirlwind attack, you have to have these. You see it's up right underneath our experience bar. So the 3 on the left, that's your health potions, and the ones on the right, that's for your special attack.
That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
Didn't mean to do that. Yeah.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The bastion's real close now.
Listen to that music. It's great music. Remember if you actually find anything in the rubble. Usually I think you just find them in those crates.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy.
Some upgrade material for the hammer. That was for the bow.
Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Do it now.
Robs a scumbag of his last deal.
Oh, that was close.
Kid puts him out of his misery.
That made it rain. See, like I mentioned at the beginning now, you got to remember that all this is all hand-painted.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
As fast as I can.
See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go.
Surprised we didn't roll off the edge there.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Let's see, ask about the seal representing the city of Caledonia. Are these only meant to be for uniform and identification?
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
Ask about the large bluish mineral found in the Wharf District. It feels warm to the touch and hums like a motor. What exactly does it do?
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Ain't always much to say. Kid ponders what to build.
So right now we can build a distillery or an arsenal. So, you know, we've already seen both of those earlier. Let's see, a distillery plans for a facility whose specially brewed spirits enhance one's natural abilities. You know, that's the one that had like each level you unlock the new, well, we'll just call it like a new shelf, new cubby. And you can choose what spirits, drinks, you know, to put there. The first time we chose one to enhance our health. Yellow spirits permitted on the rippling walls were the kind that increase productivity. You got the arsenal. Plans for a facility that stores weapons and secret skills. Caledonian pioneers always travel light, collecting up anything they didn't need on hand. But you know, the arsenal is the one where you actually just change your two weapons that you are using and the special ability as well. Let's go with the distillery first.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Okay, so we've seen those two. Now we have Hardy Punch. Plus one chance to carry on if defeated. Nice. Damage surrounding foes if defeated. Aromatic beverage served piping hot. According to folktales, it can almost wake the dead. Were whiskey. Plus 100% critical hit chance. Nice. But active only when below 33% health. So I guess the question is, you know, how often do we think we will be below 33% health? I can't say not much, I would think, because I never like getting that low on health, 33%. Let's see, it's a scentless yet very brisk beverage, a boiled rattletail whisker, used to revive patients in triage syndromes. We have the Cinder Brick Stout, plus 33% speed while defending, spicy, nutty flavors, and a dry aftertaste. Very heavy and filling. Right now, let's go with I might save the Hearty Punch for later on, because I honestly don't see us being defeated this early on in the game. Okay, now that time we rolled off the edge, that didn't count now. No, didn't count. That's all we have right now. So let's go with that one. No. I'll go with that one.
Cinder Brick Stout sure goes down smooth, then stays in your gut like a rock. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Okay, so right now we're at the Bastion, home base. To harness the Bastion's power, seek out cores across the city and beyond. We can go to the Workman Ward, core detected, find it and bring it back. There may be useful supplies here as well. Let's have a proving ground. Breaker Barracks. Here the Breakers once honed their skill and focus with their bolts. I mean, so I guess we can go explore here first. I don't know if you actually...
The Breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots.
Well, of course, I don't know if you actually get anything, but I see things up there.
He's focused. He's armed. And he's off. A perfect shot just happens in a flash.
I'm guessing you have to destroy all of them, or at least the amount of arrows, perhaps.
Kid ain't done bad at all.
But we can do better. We can do better. How do we... Oh, not this. Yes, restart.
Kid ain't had enough of the Breakers' barracks.
Okay, so it doesn't... But your time, because you're not being timed on, that doesn't matter. It just has to do with the amount of arrows you fire. So let's see.
Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too.
And I did not Let's see what popped up. What did it say?
Puts on the right solid performance.
Alrighty. We got second prize that time. What is that? Something fancy. Ooh, gotta do 5 shots of pewter. An upgrade material for a certain weapon. A clockwork organizer once used for work and recreation. These springs and sprockets could be put to better use. So obviously, whatever it is, we don't have the weapon yet, so... Okay, so I'm guessing... Because it said that last one you have to do it in 5 shots or less. So I'm assuming do it later when you actually upgrade your bow to where it's stronger.
He returns with some of the materials we need.
Oh, I didn't.
The workman ward. Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here. The Bastion. Caelandia's safe haven. Once the highest point in the city. Too bad it wasn't finished before the Calamity struck. The Breaker Barracks. Many straight shooters learn their way here.
So we'll head here. Get the core. Well, another core anyway.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
Cut.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Keeps telling himself he better watch his step. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
About picking that up is right now we can't use the whirlwind ability because that's just for the hammer. That's why if you look up there, you're not seeing those black tonics show up.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble.
The squirt roller, I mean, they don't follow you though, see? They do love you apparently.
Them squirts just don't know when to quit. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his.
So that's for the hammer. Okay, we can either go for Sledge Head, plus 50% damage. A harder, heavier hammerhead delivers greater force on impact. Or we'll go for Battlehead, plus 10% critical hit chance. Especially a weighted hammerhead that can punch through anything.
Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
Okay, now this. We can go for Speed String, plus 25% draw speed. A light but durable bowstring designed for faster firing. Or Power String, plus 2 target penetrations per shot. A thick and heavy bowstring that packs superior power.
With a good length of Miska, that bow's like new again.
Yeah, so when we get more of the currency, we can either pick Stabweed Arrowheads, plus 50% damage, or Scumbag Arrowheads. Arrows cause damage over time. Now that one would probably be better for like tougher enemies. So we have something fancy, but well, still don't have the weapon though. So it's not that machete then.
Core ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again.
Hey, a little smart still going though.
No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
See, it's a memento, a soul garment like the gas fellas wear. Gas fellas used to tend the mines, but now are storming the remains of Saldonia in alarming numbers. But for what? I keep hearing him the way he pronounces the Saldonia, but for some reason I keep wanting to call it Caldonia. That's why I catch myself.
There it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
The air recovery.
Now there's a new marshal in town.
Man, that's another cool.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
No. Yeah, we already went down on it. We found the machete, then we found the forge.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it.
Ask about the ragged hood belonging to some ill-fated gas fellow. Why are they flooding the city, ransacking its remains?
The windbags used to be all right. Then the Calamity took the floor out from under him. Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Okay. Well, we can build the forge or the arsenal. We can build a forge right now if we want to upgrade weapons. Or we can build the arsenal if we want to change weapons. So we upgrade the hammer and the bow, or that place last.
The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand. Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out. The melting pot, place hoarded all sorts of fineries from beyond the boundless sea. The sundown path, lovely place for a stroll, before the Calamity, that is.
Let's go. We need to go to the melting pot or the sundown path. Get to the melting pot.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the Calamity, it had to be stab weeds. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. He cuts down every stab weed like there's gonna be a prize for it.
Something nasty. What's that? An upgrade material for the vein repeater. A prickly bundle of bones from a carrion critter. The city never got these under control, but Calamity did. Hey. Oh, well, yep.
Blasted things hurt like a broken heart.
Okay, stay away from that one, cause it's a lot shorter than it looks.
Core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages.
Get rid of these things.
Some of the stuff lying around is downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
That's a good question.
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the Kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while.
Bring squirts.
Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard it pop that mean old foreman.
That's pretty nice.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the Kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free.
Yeah, it's ancient spices, a sealed jar of exotic ingredients from a distant land. Sidonia's ports were always full of trade ships hawking their wares. Is this all that remains of them now?
One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene, to be sure. Moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. You give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge. I still remember the look on his face after that one.
So you ask about the ancient spices found tucked away in the melting pot. Where'd they come from and when?
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelandia. It was good living here for a while. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
That didn't take long at all, did it? So we have the distillery, the forge, and the armory. Just 1 second, guys. Alright, let's see. Upgrade. I like the bow myself.
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
Okay, for the thing repeater, get the double clip, which is plus 8 ammo capacity. A high capacity ammo drum means more shooting, less reloading. Or a speed clip, plus 55% faster reload. A custom fitted magazine makes for minimal downtime while firing.
Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them. Can't be too careful these days.
I think it'd be safer at home base. So we're halfway to another level. Oh. It's a proving ground for the machete. The squirt population was kept well under control thanks to this place.
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it.
But for now, let's try going back here since we got the upgrade for that bow. No, let's take a minute here. Okay, let's try. I'll find a good spot here. You need to do it in 5 shots or less. Let's see. But the problem was that last time we were here, the air shots just they weren't powerful enough though, because it took at least 2 shots per each roll. Okay, might be able to do it now.
He's feeling real proud of that show. I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breaker's challenge.
So we have. I got a lot more of them now, though. Okay, for beating the Breaker challenge, we got the Breaker Volley. See, a skill used by the swiftest breakers, delivering arrow after arrow in rapid succession. Devised by the Breaker's most renowned archery instructor. Let's see, dancing shot. A secret breaker technique that causes an arrow to bounce from target to target. Oh, I already got that one. That one, mirror shield. A secret technique that automatically counterblocks all coming attacks for a short time. Made famous in a spectacular showing in the Bullhead Court. We've got the trip mine at last level. It's a complex booby trap rigged to blow as soon as any foes draw near. A spring-loaded trigger mechanism ensures the user's safety. And that was the Squirtler. A special call that summons a loyal squirt companion to the rescue. Popular at children's birthday parties and useful in various other situations. That's for the Fang Repeater. So let's just keep that one then. Try it out. Now let's go try this one out.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
I always want to say, oh, my face.
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Slippery little devils. Other folks came to train their throwing arms. Still others use the place to test their finest blades. Place gets awful slick sometimes.
It does indeed. Where was that last one?
Kid cuts all of them down soon enough.
Okay, something. Okay, we need to upgrade the machete now. Okay, next prize under 90 seconds. We'll come back after we get it upgraded some more. Seems to be the
Kid
best
comes
thing to do with
back
most
from
of these.
Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe.
Well, we don't have enough, but got keen edge plus 20% critical hit chance, a mirrored sharp blade forged purely for battle, and serrated edge. Attacks cripple foes, attacks deal damage over time, an unsettling sawtooth blade built for destruction. Next stop, the Sundown Path.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. Quick and careful is the only way to go.
though. That's the point.
See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars.
A portable telescopic lens used for stargazing. The sound of how once held breathtaking views of the stars, the mountains, and the sea. The outline of the stars remain.
Air travel always was an iffy proposition. But Calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. These wires to toss those things plenty far away.
Something burnt. Yep. A weapon we've not found yet. There's a slab of burstone on the top side during the Calamity. Of course, with flame already, it's highly resistant to heat.
Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake 'em up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the Calamity? So he didn't find a core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Let's see, ask about the bronze spyglass taken from the sundown path. Only the stars remain on the horizon. The mountains are gone. We're no closer to the stars now, are we?
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we build.
Let's change this. Okay, that's what we just got. It's a portable explosive that detonates on impact when thrown. The Saldonian army rarely depended on these for their sheer force through controversy. Okay. Plus 20% critical hit or that cripples foes, does damage over time.
The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light. Trapper shingle. The trappers once tested their hunting rifles as well as their footwork. That's Trapper shingle. Only place in the city to go to get certified with a repeater.
And the Hanging Gardens. Beyond that, no telling what awaits. A veil hangs over this place.
The Hanging Gardens. Folks used to go here to relax from their relaxing.
Well, let's check this out then.
No place better than Trapper shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall. They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor. Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right. Expert trappers got something extra to give them an edge.
Oh, hey, pretty good though. That's to upgrade that repeater. Something greasy. I still don't have whatever weapon that is. It's a tin of rattletail oil, a mechanical lubricant, extracted from the species of subterranean pest. Yeah, so normally when you get first place, it's just like a new special ability for whatever weapon this is a test for.
To think a rickety place like the shingle survived, and so little else did.
Yeah, see, you're not you're not locked into whatever choices you make here. You can always just come back here and change them. Okay, 50% damage, improved firing rate.
That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep.
Try going back here. So we do more damage now. Reload
Kid
faster.
decides to keep working his aim and footwork on the shingle. Best time to pick a new spot was when swapping magazines.
What do we gotta get? 60 maybe? What was it? Oh, 64. That what the kind of weird.
Master trappers got what they needed for a better hunt.
Awesome.
The trappers would have been impressed with how the kid handled the shingle.
I don't think it would have been that close though, but for whatever reason, it just wouldn't target that. It wouldn't target that one target. Target. Wouldn't target it. Kept shooting right through it, or over it, or next to it. Let's see what that was. Okay, let's see. Snooze dart. A bolt coated in a heavy sedative which causes the target to lose consciousness on impact. Considered unsportsmanlike by some trappers.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Ooh.
The Calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. These folks never saw the Calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there at Gabe, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy didn't make it.
Yeah, so it looks like the Calamity got people, animals.
The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
It's an insignia borne by people of Aura heritage. The Tezel spade was a rare sight in Saldonia before the Calamity, as very few Aura live in the city. Now there are fewer still.
Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survived as well.
Unfortunately, you have to destroy some of them.
Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelandia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time.
He asked about the Ura sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. How many Ura lived in the city before the Calamity? Can they be trusted here?
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Talk to Zolf about life in Saldonia before the Calamity. What was it like living in the city? Did you get homesick?
For Zolf, Caelandia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east.
Pulls up the spyglass, found the sundown path. Maybe this can help you take your mind off things. You can help us find new skyway paths.
Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the Calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says.
Ask about your sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Live in Calamity alone? Did you travel all the way from the east?
He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since.
Leveled up yet. Close.
Kid ain't finished here yet.
Got distracted talking to him.
Of course. They remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here.
Okay, so we really have a memorial. Plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts. A necessary testament to the Calamity of paying tribute to the past one may better prepare for the future. Plans for a facility that holds and restores a variety of valuables. Well, the Calamities tore the old world to pieces, yet even the smallest fragments can be restored in the Bastion. Let's go with Lost and Found. I know, I sounded very sure about that.
The Lost and Found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I mean, I have played the game. It's been years, so. So if you hear me see something like this and go, oh yeah, actually read it. So you can basically just buy like upgrade materials instead of relying on actually finding them out as you're exploring. I see Graver Slash. I don't think we found that one, have we? Or did we? Okay, no weapon for that. Flame repeater. No, we've not seen the Graver Slash. What I was thinking of was the something sharp. Okay, so you can buy spirits. Automatically retaliate when injured. Waxy thirst quenching drink refined from ground stabweed needles. Spitting up the needles is considered rude but effective. Okay. Lunkhead liquor. 100% damage when counterblocking with the bullhead shield. Bitter leathery flavor comes from bits of lunkhead scales, believed to improve reflexes. Bastion bourbon. Health tonics fully restore health. Oh. +2 health tonic oh. Soothing hot herbal tea or brew with restorative properties. No, it's just whenever I see hot herbal, my first thing goes to like tea. So yeah, it's a citrus and berry flavor. Sounds like tea anyway. Well, L. Plus 25% damage using secret skills. Mariners concocted this mixture to see them through rough waters. Musky, smoky aroma. Buy some mementos, but I think we'll buy that.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
We can afford nothing else. Yes. That way, health tonics fully restore health. Plus, we can carry 2 more health tonics.
If you're feeling low, Count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon.
Okay, so let's see. This next one should be the memorial, and there's another one we've not found yet.
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Any more weapon things besides that one? Got Pith Orchard. It should be nestled by the shrine of the god of commotion and order.
There's Pith Orchard, built in honor of the bull, and folks like Zulf who pray to him.
Cinder Brick Fort. Too bad it lies deep inside the toughest fort in the city.
That's Cinder Brick Fort, where the marshals used to watch over the city.
Let's go to the orchard.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either.
Well, hey, at least that time he landed on some pillows.
Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right?
And on his back, not his face.
Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now. And the orchard core is long gone too.
Okay, I want to look at that, so let's see what's the other way first.
Pith Orchard. The place is a dead end in more ways than one.
Hey, so...
Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog.
It's a nice looking mechanical bull though. See the little saddle there.
Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
Still don't have a weapon for that. A coal of refined alloy favored by used to make fire mechanisms and ammunition.
Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off?
There. Pith, got a commotion in order. Bow shall grow quicker to move and to strike. A wakeful bull, patient yet temperamental, adorns the city walls with his likeness. We got hints, Kobe, the main, Shovel, Norma, Bullock, Missia, Rolthus, Udry.
Kid don't need favors from the likes of him.
Uh-oh.
On second thought, maybe he does. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Popping windbags is hard enough. No need to get the gods involved. Things might have gone worse if Kid tampered with that shrine.
It seems like the gods here are pretty fickle. Petty. What the fuck?
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
A machine-stitched likeness of the god of commotion and order. As the people of Sardonia grew more self-reliant, they grew less fearful of the gods and turned them into commodities. Sounds familiar now, doesn't it?
Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
Well, that answers the question of what else can we build. Ask Zolf about the plush toy from Pith Orchard. Would you like to hang on to this? The Aura people worship the same gods as us.
Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. Turn him round and round all you like. Pith's still gonna be ugly.
We're close to level 3. I'll talk about the plush toy from Pith Orchard. The gods didn't bother to stop the Calamity, did they?
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Okay, so there's another proving ground. Bullhead Court. Very few emerged unscathed from the Bullhead Court, but many tried. So it looks like maybe a proving ground for the shield then. Well, I mean, it looks like a shield. What else could it be?
The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia.
Ooh, what's that?
Some used to take the bullhead trial.
defeat or deflect attacks without getting hit.
Survive the trial without taking a scratch. You'd walk away a free man. Bullhead trial taught folks three things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, you gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you.
You can't use your weapons here, so that's why.
The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go. The trial pushed many a man to his limits.
See his eyes on that one.
The kid makes it out in one piece.
Next hit, 15 hits or fewer.
Well, the kid always wanted to compete in the bullhead trial.
Okay, let's try this.
Finders keepers.
See, it's the mementos that you can talk to both of them about. Crystal Braid. Shows off the crystal braid from the rippling walls. You didn't happen to see a girl who wore this in her hair, did you?
We all lost loved ones in the Calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine.
Ask about what happened to Macy? Macy? Macy, maybe. The girl who used to pin her hair back with this. Is she here already? Where is everyone?
I tried to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up.
Let's head, well, Cinderbrick Fort.
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags.
of gravity, our old enemy. Looks like you go that way. No.
The Calamity was mercy for normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
Using that new tonic. Which I'll say the brew.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal.
Scrap musket. Just has a pretty wide kid area.
The Calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal's supplies, but the kid sure can.
As to what we just got. Wide angle range weapon. Knockback effect compensates for limited range. A mass-produced version of the very first Saldonian firearm, said to be a true terror. It belches searing clouds of jagged metal. Well... we can just keep that for now.
As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. Not a scratch on him as he presses on to higher ground. Kid's blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket.
Yep.
Kid's got a squirt lure at the ready in case things turn sour. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose. Takes down Glutus, or maybe it was Glandon. The windbags finally get the message.
Well, so we got a level up though, so that's good. Get to equip a new brew.
Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this.
Another memento. A prestigious symbol of the city's law enforcement. The city citizens respect and admire the marshals for their unwavering dedication to preserving peace and justice.
The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Ulf's telling me about his own journey to the city.
Wish they put some cushions there for him.
Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was a smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. A only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Who knows where? The heck is Zol smoking?
Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
Yeah, you couldn't even see the hole back there.
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
How many of these you can actually summon?
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Caelandia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The Calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Willie finally arrived at Caelandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
Always fall for that. Tiny bit of a knockback, not much.
But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Oh, phew. Didn't know how long that was going to go on for. And again, my face. Alright, ask Soph about the marshal's badge retrieved from Center Brick Fort. Did the marshals ever give you a hard time being an Aura and
The
all?
marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity.
Huh? Ask about the smoking pipe. Where'd you get it? Is the city they used to say this stuff was very strong?
Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals.
Ask about the marshals' badge from Center Brick Fort. The marshals brought the city back to working order after the war, didn't
Even
they?
since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him. Kid takes another drag, goes out like a light.
I didn't want to go back in there, though. It's just they had that...
There's something you should know about the kid, but let me take it from the top.
Is it going to be the same thing? Because if it is, we're just going to exit here.
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of.
Yeah, so it's
Frail
the same
thing with pure white hair like his.
Same thing. Seems a good way to actually get the little currency, though.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Can't think. Okay, here we go. I mean, we did that before we finished it, so it's just the same stuff over. We can't equip a new brew though. Anything new? No. Actually, let's see. We have, okay. 1,607. Got your final warning. Scrap musket skill. You blast it straight up into the air, causing a flurry of projectiles to rain down the area. Not effective as a warning, but very effective otherwise. Let's see. Okay, something coarse is for the musket.
It wasn't fixed. It was unbroken.
Right. Alright, let's see. Damage using secret skills. Okay, so just 25% damage using secret skills. Speed while defending. Counter blocking. Of course, that one's only effective for below 33% health. Let's go for that one.
Hardy punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. Kids ready to get real personal with hammer and musket in hand.
Okay, so the hammer on the next one, we need 500 the currency. We need to go for extended grip, which is a new ability, focus attack. The focus defend for a few moments using the bullhead shield, then attack. A longer grip that gives a pure leverage and power, or reverse grip. Uppercut attacks cause knockback. Attack without moving to uppercut. A special grip that can be used to shove aside even the most stubborn targets. You get decency. The first one you can get 8 ammo capacity. The last one you can also get 8. Okay, this is the musket. You can choose either rifled barrel. It's minus 50% spread, but adds 50% range. I don't know if I like that trade-off. Or smoothbore barrel. 35% wider spread, but it costs a 15% range. I mean, where we use the hammer, we have to get close anyway, so... So here now... Oh, I always forget that.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
Gotta put the squirrel.
Come on, give the little tyke a break.
Ryan? The Plans for a facility whose sacred idols may bring fortune or ruin. Whether the gods will help or hinder in the wake of the calamity is anyone's guess. New vigils available.
The memorial. Here, a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Okay. Valediction. Construct a memorial to Salandia. The award 250 of the currency.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Now let's see. The dynasty. Earn glory on the proving grounds. Earn first prize in the required number of proving grounds. 2 of 7. Alright. The culture. Gain the required number of mementos strewn across the countryside, 9 of 15. The service. Gain the required number of secret skill technique, 9 of 20. The country. Restore the land piece by piece. Raise the required number of land pieces through travel and exploration. Progress 5,293 out of 13,000. The mercy. Defeat the required number of different species of beasts, 5 of 15. The masons. Deliver a single crushing blow to a foe for at least 70 damage. The breakers. Defeat 3 foes with a single well-timed power shot. The trappers. Defeat a hardy foe with the last bolt of a clip. Okay. The menders. Defeat a foe by counter-blocking its melee attack while at less than 20% health. The gravers. Quickly strike foes 15 times in a row without missing. The marshals. Defeat 10 or more foes in a single well-placed shot. I could probably see needing like the wider area for that.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Okay, so... Alright, there's a new one of that.
That's Zolwood Grove. A nice quiet place to show a musket a good time.
That one.
That's the scrapyard, where folks got to smash things and call it community service.
Langston River. It was last seen halfway down the riverbank in the shadow of Prosper Bluff.
That's the Langston River. Used to cut all the way to the wild. Think it was bad then.
And we will go there tomorrow night. Because we will call it there for the night, guys. It's such a good game, though. Also, I mean, if you've never played it, you can usually find it pretty cheap where it's an older game. I mean, especially if you like the game Hades and you just want to play some of Supergiant Games' older catalog games. You've got this one because it came out in 2011. You have Transistor. I think that was 2014, I think. There's a game called Pyre, P-Y-R-E. I think that's the only one I've not played. I'm only familiar with 4 Supergiant's games. They probably have more. I'm not 100% certain. Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, Hades. I know with the Bastion, Transistor, and Hades, one thing they got in common is just excellent gameplay, good storytelling, fantastic music. Yeah. So we'll pick up here again on Bastion tomorrow night. Should be about the same spot. It uses autosave, so sometimes, you know, some games auto saves a little bit sketchy. All right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow night. Until then, I hope you have a good rest of your night or day or evening, afternoon. It all depends on where you're at. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow.